Welcome to Nell Town 2 Model Railway. I'm John. This is the place where we design and scratch build, kit build, and do lots of scenery. So as you know, we've moved house and Nell Town 1 was stripped down completely and removed from the loft with, I'm afraid to say, a lot of damage. But we've now successfully moved into our new house and I have a railway room. So, shall we have a look at the room itself? The room is above our garage and is approached by a second set of stairs in the house. So, it is a total separate entity to the main house, which allows my wife to have some peace and quiet with all the future hammering, banging, and potential swearing. The room itself is an east to west aspect, and as you can see there are Velux windows in both sides, so I don't have the same issues with light as I did in the loft previously. But the room does get warm, but the Velux windows allow air to come through, so it is definitely not as hot as the loft used to be, which is a benefit. The room itself is 14 foot by 13 foot, and as you can see as we pan round, there are three buttresses in the room, which I think are the conduits for the services coming up, i.e. central heating and power, and they obviously are going to cause a little bit of a problem. Clearly, the room is a lot smaller than the loft, and I've therefore got to rethink what I'm going to do, and there is a potential that I will downscale to TT120, but at present I am trying to develop plans for both TT120 and OO gauge to fit the size of the room. I have in my mind what I wish to do, and that is the rail route between almost Clapham Junction to Putney main station, which incorporates Wandsworth Town, as there are some architectural features that are quite nice in those areas, but also some industrial work. So it gives a total panacea of things I can scratch build. You'll see that I've already put large TV screen on the wall, which is going to be the main screen projecting my iTrain system from the computerized control stuff. But I'm going to have to raise that slightly. And the location of my desk, where I'll be doing a lot of work, is got to be determined. But dependent on the scale I use, it may well fit underneath part of the model railway without intruding further into the room, because a lot of the room is going to be used by baseboards and track. You will see a shelf underneath the TV screen, and that actually is where I'm planning on fitting the layout top layer, and that will be either a main layer or the top layer of two if I decide to use helices. But of course, that is yet to be planned. But it does give a good datum around the room, allowing about 12 to 13 inches between the top of the baseboard to the angle of the roof, which can be back seen. It is amazing how much is collected when creating a model railway, and as you can see, the room has got a lot in it, and I have to try and condense things accordingly. But I'm hoping by having a higher baseboard, I can actually have a lot of storage underneath either the main baseboard or the lower baseboard if I go to the Helix design. So hopefully things will look much better in the future. What I will ask is if anyone has used or is using TT120, can you let me know how easy it is to wire and solder onto it, and if you consider it a benefit with regard to size? I don't think I can go down to N scale, as I am over 60 now. So in the next 20 years that I want to hopefully exist on this world, um, I don't think in the latter twilight part of that 20 years I'll be even able to see N scale. Due to the amount of work my wife and I are having to do in the house, decorating wise, and condensing from a large 4 bedroom house down to a 3 bedroom house, there's a lot of work for us to do. And we are, as I keep saying, getting older. So the house will take priority over the railway, but I hope to get at least a couple of evenings work in the railway room planning things, and we'll try and get a video out when I've actually got to a stage where there is a change. So bear with me, and I'm still grateful for your support. Thank you very much indeed. See you all soon.